And as if in legislative session, I ask unanimous consent that the Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation be discharged from further consideration of S631 and the Senate proceed to its immediate consideration. Further, that the bill be considered read a third time and passed, and the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Is there an objection?
Madam President,
Senator from Mississippi.
I'm reserving the right to object. Madam President, this bill presents a solution in search of a problem. Unfortunately, it appears that the intent of this legislation is to treat abortion as health care, to prevent pro-life entities from sponsoring ads designed to help provide women and girls with trustworthy support during pregnancy, and to make it harder for states to enforce their own laws protecting life and the most vulnerable. When it comes to ensuring patient privacy and health care, I believe there are bipartisan solutions to be found that we can all agree on. One-sided efforts to promote abortion is not the way for us to find common ground on this issue. I would also like to point out this bill has not received a hearing or markup in the Commerce Committee, which would be a great opportunity to have. Madam President, I would like to turn now to recognize that this Saturday will mark the first anniversary of the Supreme Court's landmark decision in Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization. I'm incredibly proud that this victory for the pro-life movement, reversing the moral stain of Roe versus Wade, came out of my state of Mississippi. I am amazed and grateful that in God's sovereign plan, a law introduced by my friend, Mississippi State Representative Becky Curry, ultimately achieved what I and so many have prayed for 50 years now, to restore sanctity of life. My friend, Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Fitch, our state Solicitors General Scott Stewart, and the many others in the AG's office worked tirelessly to represent our state direct challenge to Roe. After a draft of the Dobbs majority opinion was shamefully leaked, the conservative justices resisted disgraceful intimidation tactics and threats to their own lives. They stayed true to their judicial oaths to uphold and defend the Constitution. The Supreme Court recognized correctly in Dobbs that the Constitution does not confer a right to abortion, and that Roe was egregiously wrong on a collision course with a Constitution from the day it was decided. While the Dobbs decision did not end abortion in America, it took a monumental step in returning the issue back into the hands of the people and their elected representatives. Today, as a result, 14 states are protecting unborn children through all 9 months of pregnancy. Several others now protect babies at the point where they have a heartbeat in 6 weeks, still others at 12 weeks. One recent study found that there were more than 24,000 unborn children saved from abortion in the first 9 months since Dobbs. That's 24,000 miracles, because that's what a child is, a miracle. But it's not just the states that can protect life from Dobbs. We in Congress also have the responsibility to protect life and stop the Democrats' extreme pro-abortion agenda. It saddens me deeply that Democrats in Congress continue to advocate for appalling legislation that would impose legalized abortion on demand up till the moment of birth across all 50 states. Their legislation is even more radical than Roe was, and would eliminate even the most modest pro-life protections like parental involvement laws and bans on sex-selective abortions. Democrats cannot name a single limit on abortion they support, not one. The American people, however, reject this extreme position. A new Terrence Group poll this month found 3/4 of voters oppose allowing abortions through all 9 months of pregnancy and support at least some limits to abortion. More Americans continue to reject abortion when they learn more about the child in the womb, when they can hear the child's heartbeat, when they can see them suck their thumbs and yawn in an ultrasound, and when they learn that they can feel pain. Despite this, the Biden administration's FDA and Department of Justice continues to allow the abortion industry to obstruct the will of pro-life states by illegally flooding the mail with do-it-yourself abortion pills, turning post offices into abortion centers. These actions not only endanger women's lives and their health, but they violate long-standing federal laws that clearly prohibit the mailing of abortion drugs. Finally, we also must advance policies to support pregnant mothers in choosing life. In particular, we need to support the work of pregnancy centers. More than 2,700 pregnancy centers across the country provide critical medical and material support for women and families facing unplanned pregnancies to choose life rather than abortion. This is the promise of the Declaration of Independence, that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with the inalienable rights to life. Thanks to the Supreme Court's decision in Dobbs 1 year ago this week, we can finally begin the work hard to make good on the promise for unborn Americans too. Finally, I object.